Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 1201 of the Juicebox Podcast. We are making headway. All of you who are enjoying my weight loss journey, I'm back with another episode of it, and that's pretty much it, really. Hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget that nothing you hear on the Juicebox Podcast should be considered advice, medical or otherwise. Always consult a physician before making any changes to your healthcare plan or becoming bold with insulin. When you place your first order for AG1 with my link, you'll get 5 free travel packs and a free year's supply of vitamin D. Drink ag1.com/juicebox. In June, my Cozy Earth offer code is going down from 40%, so now is the time. CozyEarth.com. Use the offer code JUICEBOX at checkout to save 40% off of your entire order. If you're looking for community around type 1 diabetes, check out the Juicebox Podcast private Facebook group. Juicebox Podcast, type 1 diabetes. But everybody is welcome. Type 1, type 2, gestational, loved ones, it doesn't matter to me. If you're impacted by diabetes and you're looking for support, comfort, or community, check out Juicebox Podcast, Type 1 Diabetes on Facebook. This show is sponsored today by the glucagon that my daughter carries, Gvoke HypoPen. Find out more at gvokeglucagon.com/juicebox. So I did a little bit of an experiment by mistake. But we'll call it an experiment. It's February 17th, and where the last one of these ended up, I had made some potato chips and saw a big rise from the salt. And then the next week was interesting. So let me tell you about it. I noticed the salt problem, stopped the salt intake, overhydrated myself. 2 pounds were gone in 2 days. I'm opening up my app right now. But then, this is crazy. It's not crazy, but I don't think people understand maybe sometimes the impact of small things. So back on the 11th, which would have been that's Sunday, right? 189.4. Next day, 190.6 on the 12th. That held 190.2 to the 13th. And then boom, on the 14th, not St. Patrick's Day. Look at me. Oh my God. Valentine's Day. Back to 188.2 the very next day on the 15th, 187.8. Next day, which is yesterday, Friday, 187.8. I was like, oh, wow, that's it. I got all the salt flushed out of my system. Everything went back to the way it was supposed to be. But last night, I made chicken wings. Had some people over. The consensus was wings. I still had the fryer out from the potato chips. Not a thing I usually have in the house, like a deep fat fryer. It's a thing we have, but it's not usually set up. It usually doesn't have, doesn't usually have fat or oil in it. Anyway, people were like, hey, can you air fry them like you usually do? But why don't you throw some in that fryer too, in the fat fryer? And I was like, okay. No lie. I had 4 chicken wings from the fryer, 3 or 4 from the air fryer. But again, salty, right? Like this is, I don't know when I'm going to stop acting surprised by this, but just thought it would be interesting to talk about it one more time. Last night, I had wings and, God, 6 or 7 French fries. I was 187.8 yesterday morning, this morning, with the salty food and some deep fried stuff, 189.4. That's what it's like a pound and a half, a little over a pound and a half overnight from salt and deep fried. It'll be gone again in 2 days. But anyway, this is my little experiment. Everything else is going great. I won't go over my numbers right now because they are skewed from the saltiness. Let's make this a quick one to start off this episode. I'm going to do my injection, get on my way, report back next week. I am going to tell you that I have 5 pens left of this Zepbound at 5 milligrams. And the doctor wanted to talk about, when she prescribed this, she's like, let's see where this goes. With the Zepbound, we might go to the higher dose. So I'm going to send an email tonight that says, hey, I've got 5 weeks left. What do you want to do? Let's see what she wants to do. Anyway, sorry for undoing my belt in front of you. My shirt's tucked in. You don't need to know why. Anyway. All right. I see a good spot. Unlock the pen. Take off the cap. Bickety bam. That's a Mallrats reference in case you got that one. Here we go. We are done. I'll see you next week. If you take insulin or sulfonylureas, you are at risk for your blood sugar going too low. You need a safety net when it matters most. Be ready with Gvoke HypoPen. My daughter carries Gvoke HypoPen everywhere she goes because it's a ready-to-use rescue pen for treating very low blood sugar in people with diabetes ages 2 and above that I trust. Low blood sugar emergencies can happen unexpectedly, and they demand quick action. Luckily, Gvoke HypoPen can be administered in 2 simple steps, even by yourself in certain situations. Show those around you where you store Gvoke HypoPen and how to use it. They need to know how to use Gvoke HypoPen before an emergency situation happens. Learn more about why Gvoke HypoPen is in Arden's Diabetes Toolkit at gvokeglucagon.com/juicebox. Gvoke shouldn't be used if you have a tumor in the gland on the top of your kidneys called a pheochromocytoma, or if you have a tumor in your pancreas called an insulinoma. Visit gvokeglucagon.com/risk for safety information. What's up, everybody? It is February 24th, Saturday. It's my son's birthday, actually. I'm back to inject my Zepbound 5 milligrams and tell you what happened this week. I just sent an email to my doctor that said I'd like to move up to 7.5 Zepbound. She is sending that to my pharmacy. So I think I have this injection and 3 more that are going to be 0.5, and then I'm going to try 0.75. I lost let's see, if today is the 24th, then last week was the 17th. Is that right? Okay. On the 17th, been a little bit of a whirlwind this week. The 17th, 189.4. You remember I had all that salt. Took me a while to get that through my system, but anyway, ate all the salt, got rid of the salt. 189.4 on the 17th. Went up to 190.2 on the 19th, back down to 189 on the 20th. 21st, I was 189.8, kind of bouncing around here, as you can see. But then on the 22nd, which was 2 days ago, I was 187.8. And this morning when I woke up, 187.6. So 0.4 and 0.4. Yeah, 0.8. Almost lost a pound this week. That's great. Didn't make the same mistake with the salt again. That was no problem. Nothing else has really changed. I added a little more fruit to my diet this week and some exercise. Oh, I started doing exercises. Now, I started slow for my shoulders and my arms. So just dumbbell work right now, but I'm getting back into it. It's going nicely. I'm going to do the dumbbells for a while until I can see I see change in my forearms already, but I want to see change that, stays if I don't do the dumbbells for a day or two. So I can see there's been some real progress. And then I'm going to get back on my bike. So, oh my God, I try to ride that bike one more time in my life and it doesn't work out. I'm going to throw the bike out. But this is it. I'm trying one more time. I've exposed my belly. I have unlocked my pen, taken off the cap, and we will inject. It's Saturday. My wife and I are going to go to lunch after this. And I'm going to come back here and make podcasts all day. I know, my life's super exciting. You ready for this? Should I try a different place? Should I even try like a slightly different place? How about here? Still on my belly, other side. Isn't it funny? Now I think it's going to hurt. Why would I think that? Didn't hurt. It was fine. I don't usually do this, but there's an episode of the podcast that just went up that you should check out if you're interested in GLPs. I just interviewed the mother of a 15-year-old type 1 who's been using Wegovy, which is a GLP, of course. And what happened to her insulin needs is astonishing. It's episode 1136 called 15-Year-Old Type 1 Using a GLP. Do not miss it. It is fascinating. I will talk to you guys next week. Isn't it funny? Like, I don't love Zepbound and down the way I loved the Wegovy sign off. All right. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. See ya. Hello, cats and kittens. It's March 2nd. I think that's how they used to talk on the radio. Hey there, cats and kittens. I don't think they do that anymore. March 2nd, 2024. I'm Zepbound, as you know, and I have things to report. What would a week ago have been? Would it have been the 23rd? Leap years got me messed up. 24th. On the 24th, last week, I weighed 188.2 pounds. This week, I've been doing a lot of dumbbell work. That's right, dumbbell. I've been curling and extending and etc. I'm trying to add tone to my arms, and the tone is sticking. Didn't right away, but it is now. Let's not get confused. It's not a pump or anything like that, but there's some definition to my arms. And if I don't curl for, a day, it's still there. So progress. Anyway, Saturday the 24th, 188.2. The next day, 189.4. Monday, 189.6. Tuesday, 189.4. And I was like, this week is shot. 189.4 again on the 28th. Then on the 29th, I was 188.8. And I thought, is this not going to be a good week? Then yesterday, 188. But today, quiet drum roll, 187.2. What did I do different this week besides the dumbbells, you ask? And then I have one other thing to say. I ate more. That was it. I ate more food. I had some pizza this week. I had pasta for dinner last night with shrimp in it. I had some sorbet at some point. I just ate more. I ate more food and I lost a pound. So what do you know? That's what they say on the GLPs. Like, don't stop eating. If you stop eating, you'll plateau. But sometimes you're just like, I'm not hungry, or I don't think to eat, etc. and so on. Keeping up with all of my other stuff. AG1, yes, check. My multivitamin on top of that, check. Magnesium oxide, check. I take iron, vitamin D, zinc every day. Check, check, check. The iron I take every other day. Anyway, the only other thing I want to report to you is, I don't think I've ever talked about this before, maybe not in this much depth, but there's like a reshaping, like the fat parts of my body do sometimes. Like my stomach is an example, right? Like it starts and you lose weight and you're like, okay, like I see that I've lost weight, but it looks the same, just smaller. Like I look like less of an inflation. But sometimes you can't feel it. It doesn't happen fast. It's not a thing you look at and see until you like step in a mirror. But it feels like your body reshapes itself sometimes. Keeping in mind that this is a very long process. And, this week I've started to notice that I guess if you separate my front into chest, kind of like sternum, then belly button in like 3 stripes like that, my sternum, it feels like it's tightening up. It feels like it's coming up and in. That makes sense. I am also, not embarrassed to tell you, I'm wearing form-fitting shirts under my other shirt to help the elasticity of my stomach. I'm taking a page out of what I've heard women with large breasts say about like wear a tight bra so those things don't stretch. So I'm wearing a tight shirt to keep everything pulled up so that hopefully that's the spot my body tries to go back to. I don't know if I'm right or not, but feels like it's working. Cap off. This might be the last 5 milligram. I have 7.5 coming. Let's see how quickly the online pharmacy gets it to me. Caps off. Unlocked. I'm going to go back to the place from last week because I lost a pound. So why not? You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What is that? Ooh, it's a kid's show. All right, here we go. God damn, I said god damn. It's in. Let's lose weight. Zepbound, baby.
Hey everybody, this is a little different for me. I'm wearing just my Bluetooth headphones, talking into my phone. I'm actually in a hotel today, about to go give 4 talks about type 1 diabetes to a lovely group of people, but I still have to shoot my Zepbound, and I thought I would do it this way. Today is Saturday, March 9th, and I am sorry to report that I do not know my weight this morning, but I do know it for the week. So let me find that for you very quickly and tell you about it. Yesterday was 188.6, which basically, What was a week ago? Let me find out here. Today's the 9th. A week ago was the 2nd. On the 2nd, I weighed 187.2. Today, I'm 188.6. I got as high as 189.2 this week. Now I was 187.8, 187.8, 188. Then by the 6th, 188.4, 189.2, 188.6. I will tell you that my digestion's not terrific right now. I'm fine. I feel fine. It's on the opposite side, the other end. When it comes out, I don't like the way things are coming out right now. Let me just say that. I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that this 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound changes something, moves my weight loss. I can tell you that I'm with a group of people that I was last with 9 months ago, people I do not know well. I spent a day with them 9 months ago. I came back in the room yesterday and everybody looked at me and were like, oh my God, look at you. You lost so much weight. How much weight have you lost? You look terrific. My God, not one person that I saw 9 months ago wasn't like gobsmacked, absolutely shocked to see me, which I'm taking as a great thing. Let's just do this so I can get downstairs and give my talks. 7.5 of Zepbound, caps coming off, unlocking it, and am I going to stick with my stomach? Oh, I'm standing. I never stand when I do this. What a different experience. Huh, interesting. I have a little bit of a love handle still. Do I want to put it there? Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It can't possibly matter where I actually do this. I'm going to go off to the side a little bit today. Oh, now I'm nervous because it's a different spot. Isn't that silly? That's completely silly. All right, I'm just doing it. Nah, I'm really nervous. Why am I nervous? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, it was exactly the same as always. No blood, no drip. I'm going to go downstairs and talk to a huge group of people about their diabetes and how they can do better for themselves. And I will see you guys soon. I am Zepbound and down. What's up, everybody? I'm doing this remotely again. It's Saturday the 16th. This time, Kelly and I are in the car. We are driving to see Arden for her spring break, but I still have to shoot my Zepbound. 7.5 milligrams, so I'm going to do it in the car. I know this probably doesn't sound great, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. You remember last week I was off at a speaking event. I shot it in a hotel room, but I didn't have my weight. The day before that event, I was 188.6. That event was, I shot that on the 9th of March. The next time I was able to weigh myself wasn't until the 11th of March. So I went from 188.6 to 187 flat on the 11th of March. I stayed 187 on the 12th, 187.2 on the 13th. I changed some gut stuff, which slowed down my bowel movements. So I went to 188.4 on the 14th, 188.8 on the 15th. And then the gut stuff I was doing, which I'll tell you about later, is starting to work. So today I got up and weighed myself 187.8, but I wasn't able to inject. Now we've been in the car for a while. I'm going to do that now. So, I take the cap off, unlock the pen, find a place. I'm going to move the seatbelt. Different problem. Hold on. Here's a good spot. Hold on a second. Not there. That's a scar. Kelly, what's that scar from? My appendix? Okay, not there. Not on my appendix scar. How about over here? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, here we go. All right, it's in 7.5 of Zepbound. I'll see you next week where I'll be recording from my office again. Oh, will I be? Will we be back next Saturday? When will we be back? Late Saturday. I'm still going to do it when I get home. Okay, see you guys.
So we're back from a trip, and I have some things to report about Zepbound. We left early Saturday morning on the 16th of March to go see Arden for spring break. And we did not return until last night, very late, on the 23rd. So we drove 12, 13 hours on the 16th. Then we spent that evening, we went to a restaurant. I had like a steak and something else, shrimp maybe. The next day, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, we spent in the same town where we went to a restaurant twice a day. Now, we didn't eat breakfast usually. Breakfast was maybe like grabbing a clementine or an apple or something like that. But we had lunch and dinner in a restaurant. Saturday night, Sunday twice, Monday twice, Tuesday twice, Wednesday twice, Thursday twice, Friday twice. And then Saturday, we drove all day. So I didn't know what to expect. As you just heard a second ago, I shot my Wegovy on that day, on the 16th, that first travel day, in the car. And not only that, but the week before, on the 9th, I was at a speaking event, so I shot it in a hotel. Let's go back to that speaking event for a second. That was the 9th. So I wasn't able to weigh myself that day, but I was able to weigh myself the day before. The day before, which was the 8th of March, I was 188.6. And then on the 11th of March, I was 187. I'm going to jump through these 2 weeks, 187, 187.2. I was 188.4 on the 14th, which was 2 days before we left for Arden spring break. I was able to weigh myself on the 15th. That's Friday, 188.8. And then that day when we left, I was 187.8 in the early morning. So at this point now, that's 8 days ago. 8 days ago, and all those restaurants and sitting in cars and everything else. And I weighed myself this morning on the 24th. I was 187.8, literally the same exact weight as I was the day I left. Even 2 nights ago, in Arden's dorm room, we were helping her get her dorm room straightened out for the next quarter. We didn't have any food. We ate a frozen pizza. Like, I had 2 slices of a frozen pizza in a dorm room with a handful of Doritos. And I didn't have any trouble eating it at all. I was like at the end of my Zepbound. So it kind of wanes at the end of the week. Didn't have any trouble with that. I have changed some of my digestive enzymes. I don't want to call them enzymes, supplements. And that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but I've had a huge breakthrough with that, which I'm excited to tell you about. Anyway, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. This is the morning of the 24th. I'm a day late shooting the Zepbound. I did not gain a pound in all that time. This is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Now, I don't eat crazy, but I went to a restaurant, had an iced tea. It's unsweetened. That's fine. I also had a half a sandwich, turkey and roast beef at this restaurant one day with a handful of potato chips. I had a salad one day. I had a steak one day, as I told you. I ate pizza while I was there. I had French toast twice while I was gone. I had French toast on, all right, here, this will piss you off. Friday morning, I had French toast with honey, strawberries, blueberries, and bacon. Couldn't eat all of it, but I didn't gain any weight. It's crazy. I ate restaurant food for the last 8 days, didn't gain any weight on Zepbound. God bless you, Zepbound. Here comes the cap. Shut off the lock. This is 7.5 milligrams of the Zepbound. Let's go right where we want to go. Here looks nice. Of course, it's dark in here and I don't have my glasses on, so I might be shooting it through a stretch mark, which would hurt. Here looks good. All right, here we go. We're Zepbound and down. Sunday night. I'm a little behind, but I worked on a big project at the house this weekend, and I forgot my Zepbound yesterday on the 30th when I was supposed to take it, but I did weigh myself on the 30th. So the week before, as you know, let's see, where can I give you this starting weight from? Let's just go back to the 16th. On the 16th, I was 187.8. At one point, that weight held for all the way till the 24th, as you just heard. I'm sorry, I'm reorienting myself. Then on the 26th, I was 186.6. And on the 27th, 187.4. I'm sorry, my tongue is sore. I hope I don't sound weird. On the side here, I think I bit my tongue. Anyway, I did weigh myself yesterday, even though I didn't do the injection. So we're looking at the 30th of April, 185.8 pounds, which is pretty significantly down. Like just randomly picking the 15th of the month, I was 188.8. Now I'm 185.8. So it's 3 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I have lost a total of 47.6 pounds since March 28th, 2023. My BMI is down 7.1. My body fat is down almost 11%. Now, got a little note online the other day, and that happens. Not everybody likes Scott. That's fine. But they told me I was pushing an agenda of GLP medications. I'll tell you something right now. All I'm doing is reporting what happened to me. You can do what you want. I'm not pushing an agenda. But to that person who's listening, I thought you sounded crazy, and that's why I blocked you. Sorry about that. Anywho, I don't block anybody, but this one was like, I know what you're thinking. I'm like, when you start telling me you know what I'm thinking and we don't know each other, that worries me. So when you say crazy stuff online, you get blocked. I don't think they ever think they're saying crazy stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Here's what I know. I've lost all that weight. I worked around my house all weekend. My knee doesn't hurt. It would have. My feet don't hurt. They would have. I never walked around and felt out of breath. That would have happened a year ago. I never felt tired. At the end of the day, even though I worked really hard, I'm still plenty energetic. It's 9:52 at night. I'm doing this on Sunday night. I have been kind of breaking my ass for the last 2 days around my house. Hustling around, lifting things, running back and forth to the store, cutting things, doing work, cleaning up and down on my knees, swinging hammers, that kind of stuff. I am fine. I could go run a race right now. It's because I've lost weight. I think there's other reasons, and I think there's other stuff this GLP is doing, but bare bones, I have lost 47 pounds. You go find 47 pounds tomorrow, pick it up, and tell me if you want to carry it around all day, because not me. Anyway, I'm going to inject, and I'm going to go, and if you don't like what I'm doing, keep it to yourself. I don't really give a I don't have time for that. And you know what else I don't have anymore? Tits. So, fuck you. Take off the cap, unlock the pen, pinch the ever-shrinking belly. It's still there, though. Some people are like, are you going to lose more weight? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting rid of all this fat. Scotty going to live. 3, 2, here we go. Let's go. That one stung a little bit. Scotty don't want to lie. Stinging's over. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm finished. Oh, I think I just cursed a second ago. Anyway, seriously, everybody's got an opinion. You're cheating. It's not fair. Curb your eating. I curbed my eating. Nothing happened. Exercise more. I exercised more. Nothing happened. I took vitamins. They didn't do anything. I drank water. That didn't do anything. I did all that stuff at once, at the same time. Guess what happened? Still fat. Now, not fat. Skinny Scott, out. Well, fuck me. April 6th, kids, and this was a heck of a week for Scott's weight. Man, this pisses me off. I'm not even kidding. Really pissed. All right. Well, here we are. It's April 6th. A week ago was what? The 30th. On the 30th, I was 185.8. On the 1st, I was 183.8. I was like, here we go. Next day, 184.4. It actually held on the 2nd. On the 3rd, 184.2. I skipped a day. So on the 5th, 184.8. That was yesterday. 184.8. I was like, let's go, baby. Woke up this morning. I'm 187 pounds. I ate a little late last night. I think it was salty. There was like a covering on some chicken. It wasn't even deep fried. It was air fried. Has to be what it was. I mean, 3 pounds. I can't actually be 3 pounds heavier. I did do some messing around with some of my supplements this week and tested not using magnesium oxide, which obviously I'm going to start taking again. So I don't know where this will be next time. But for right now, I mean, I found a way to gain 3 pounds in a day. I was going to be 184 today, 184.5, 184.8, something like that. Anyway, Zepbound 7.5 cap off, unlock it. I'm pretty disappointed. I'm not like upset. You know what I mean? I'm just, I don't know. It sucked. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go make you some podcasts for next week. I hope you enjoy them. A huge thank you to one of today's sponsors, Gvoke Glucagon. Find out more about Gvoke HypoPen at gvokeglucagon.com/juicebox. You spell that GVOKEGLUCAGON.com/juicebox. If you're living with type 1 diabetes, the After Dark collection from the Juicebox Podcast is the only place to hear the stories that no one else talks about. From drugs to depression, self-harm, trauma, addiction, and so much more. Go to juiceboxpodcast.com, up in the menu, and click on After Dark. There you'll see a full list of all of the After Dark episodes. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back soon with another episode of the Juicebox Podcast. The episode you just heard was professionally edited by Wrong Way Recording. WrongWayRecording.com. Guys, I know this one was a little late. I apologize. There's another one coming pretty soon.